After reading the book Pumpkin Cat, today we're going to draw a cat and a pumpkin. So we're going to use some ovals and some curved lines to make our cat and his pumpkin today. So we're going to start with the head, and we're going to use a nice big curved line for the bottom of the head, and then a nice big curved line, even more curved for the top of the head. So this one is much wider and stretched out, and this one is much more squished, kind of like a rainbow. We're going to repeat this shape for the eyes. So I'm going to make my eyes kind of low, kind of give it a cute little look. So kind of curved line there, and a nice big curved line up there. And same thing on the other side. So slightly curved and then a big kind of arch. And I'm going to put an oval inside, and then maybe leave a little bit of white there to kind of show a shine. Do a small triangle in there. What we're doing kind of looks like a bird, but we're going to give him some big ears. So I'm going to use lines that kind of go straight up with a slight curve. See how it curved a little bit? And then down. And then I'm going to put a little bit of triangle in there to kind of give it some color. So I'm going to start all the way down pretty low by the bottom of the eye, curve up, and then back down. And I'm going to give him a few whiskers, so just going to have a few over here, whatever you have room for. And now we're going to make the body, and we're going to just kind of curve out. It's kind of a chubby cat, like that. So that's going to be his body. And now we're going to put a big pumpkin down here. So we're going to make a nice oval shape for the pumpkin. We're going to give it a stem, so we're going to use kind of a rectangle. And if you like to give it a leaf or a vine, you can use some details that way as well. If you'd like to give your pumpkin a face, you can. You don't have to. I'm going to give mine a little face with a smiley face. So I'm just going to do a straight line with a curve. Maybe add a little tongue in there. And then a couple of eyes on the side. Leave some white. The rest gets colored in. And if you want to add any more details like eyebrows, cute little pumpkin. And just one last thing, our little cat needs a tail, so I'm going to put a little tail on here. You can make it as tall as you want it to. So here's our cat and pumpkin. After you've done your practice, then you can get some paper and you can draw with paper and get coloring. Alright, I did some practice drawing of my cat and pumpkin, and now I'm going to draw it on paper. So if you need to see it again, you can follow along, and then we're going to add color. So towards the top of my paper, I'm starting with a curved line that's really stretched out. So it's only just a little bit curved. And now I'm going to make a big curve, so like an arch or a rainbow for the top of the head. I'm going to make the same shape for the eyes. I'm going to repeat that. Sometimes when we repeat things, it makes your artwork even better. So kind of these nice little shapes like this. And then a little triangle for the mouth. Excuse me, for the nose. Hello. Now for the ears, I'm going to start way down here by the bottom of the eye and curve up just a little bit and then curve back down. And if you'd like to, you could put a little triangle in there too, so you can color that a different color. So starting down here by the eye, I'm curving up and then back down, and then a little triangle inside, and that triangle is kind of following all the lines around it. I need to add some details in my eye, so I'm going to add some ovals, and I'm going to color those in, and leave a little bit of white to kind of show the highlight or the shine. And let's add a few whiskers. So I only have room for a couple here. Can add a few more. Maybe cats have some whiskers up by their eyes. Maybe I'll add a few there too. Okay, so now I'm going to add his body. So I'm going to use curved lines. You can curve outward on each side. And now we're going to draw a big oval at the bottom for our pumpkin. You can make your pumpkin nice and round or squished. It's up to you. Pumpkins can look so different. I'm going to add a stem, kind of a rectangle shape. If you'd like to add a leaf coming off of there, or a vine popping out of there, you could do that. You don't have to give your pumpkin a face. You could leave it plain if you want. I'm going to give my pumpkin a face. So what I did was I did a straight line and then a curved line. Add a little tongue in there, and then eyes. So just some circles for the eyes. And make sure you leave a little bit of white, kind of for your shine or your highlights. You can add some details, like eyebrows if you want to. Kind of helps bring it back to life. And then the last thing that I did is I thought my cat maybe needed a little tail. So wherever you have the most space, you can kind of pop his tail out of the bottom of the body. Just make sure it's kind of nice and curved at the top. And there we go. Here's our pumpkin and our cat. And now we can color it. You can use whatever you have. I'm going to go ahead and work on mine, and I'll show you what it looks like when I'm all done. Alright, I'm all done coloring. I just want to show you a few things that I did. I used crayons and markers. So the marker was for the cat and the pumpkin. So kind of much all the things that I really wanted to stand out I used with markers, so it was much more bright. And I used a little bit of marker and crayon together in the grass. And then I used marker for the yellow moon and then the little stars. And then I used crayon to do the sky. And I used kind of a darker blue, or I used blue all the way down, and I added some purple to kind of have it a little bit darker at the top and then fading down. And I did use some white crayon to kind of add the whiskers in there a little bit more since they got lost, since I chose to color my cat black. When you add your color, you can add your color however you want. You can pick any color you want. You can even make your cat purple if you want to. You can be in charge of that. But I really would like to have you do some details around your cat and pumpkin, so it's not just cat and pumpkin, but there's a background and a whole little story to it. So go ahead and get working on yours, and I can't wait to see it.